Bright screens glow. Links in bio. Hit that play. Let the stream roll. This is the Roundtable podcast. Turn it up. Let the time slip past. Voices spin like a midnight cast. We go deep. We don't move fast. This is the Roundtable podcast. Hit repeat. Make the moment last. Every thought like a signal blast. Lock it in. Feel the forecast. Click in, tune out the noise. Hot takes, cold drinks, so joy. Story after story in a chain. Laugh breaks cutting through the brain. This is the Roundtable podcast. Turn it up. Let the time slip past. Voices spin like a midnight cast. We go deep. We don't move fast. This is the Roundtable podcast. Hit repeat. Make the moment last. Every thought like a signal blast. Lock it in. Feel the forecast. Round and round, say feet. New sound, hey. Name in the chat. Yeah, you're part of it now. This is the Roundtable podcast. Turn it up. Let the time slip past. Voices spin like a midnight cast. We go deep, we don't move fast. This is the Roundtable podcast. Hit repeat, make the moment last. Every thought like a signal blast. Lock it in, feel the forecast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Hopefully, you guys are well. This is the Respawn Roundtable Podcast, episode 8. And as always, with my co-host here, where the hell are we?
We are in Raccoon City.
Oh, great. So
I did a good job as mayor.
no wonder it's on fire.
Well, yeah, chaos, duh.
Corrupt politicians as its finest.
And I'm still better than 90% of them.
I mean, you're not wrong. At least the fire is easier to handle. But anyway.
It's true.
But, everyone, welcome in. This is, of course, our RE episode. And I'm going to be honest with all of you. I'm a relatively new person when it comes to RE. So let's get right into it, shall we, Raccoon?
Yeah, I believe you had some questions lined up.
So now my first entry into the franchise, usually I like to play games like from the inception. So like
Right.
RE1, RE2, RE3, but if I'm going to be honest with you, my first entry into the franchise itself was RE2. So I
Which is a good one.
went into it pretty much blind. I will say that I didn't even play it. Right, my cousin actually introduced me to Resident Evil because he actually had the discs. So when I went over to his place, he would actually play it when we were kids. So he actually used to speed run the first like the section all the way up to the police precinct, right? And be able to do that without getting touched. And I was like, holy shit, that was amazing to me. Right? So
Right.
so I came in at RE2, didn't touch or hear anything about RE for years pretty much. And then I got into RE5 and then 7 and then Village, right? Are the ones that I really kind of like, oh shit, this is new. So my knowledge of the franchise itself is very spread out. So I'm gonna have to rely on your kind of expertise, if you will.
Well, and even for me, I was when I was younger, I was a very hardcore Resident Evil fan, so like I was up to date on everything. But after Resident Evil 7, I think, which was Biohazard,
Yes, I think so.
I um Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, I kind of lost track of what was going on. And I tried playing it and I couldn't bring myself to finish it.
Mm.
It just didn't, I don't know. I guess like it didn't feel too Resident Evil-y to me. I guess to put it in a way.
To be honest with you, I have 7. I've never touched it. I also have Village, I think.
Yeah, I have 7 and it's the collector's edition, but so I've been more of I watch other people play the games.
Oh, okay, like watch a walkthrough or something.
Yeah, just to kind of pick up on some of the lore and stuff, but like I'm not as knowledgeable now, so this is kind of like a nice fresh point for both of us, but I can try to answer some of your questions the best I can.
I mean, like I know like actually preparing for this podcast, I watched a Resident Evil lore from the first game to where they are now. And so I was like, holy shit, that's a lot. Right? That's a lot to cover.
And that's what I like about Resident Evil is the lore is so complex, but it's got a pattern. So, I mean, it's always Umbrella makes a new weapon. The weapon goes sideways. They come up with a backup plan. It's just constantly like a nice cycle, but what they do with it is what really intrigues me. Is like how far they're willing to go despite it ruining the world.
And it's a bit interesting because you would think after, if they're, continuously doing pretty much the same thing, like like you just said, like Umbrella, pumping out a new weapon and it going sideways. It's interesting how many games that they have of this, if they are still doing the same thing, right? Like the different twists and turn and antagonists and protagonists that come up in the games that change everything. So what was the game you entered into?
I entered into Resident Evil playing like the very original Resident Evil 1.
Okay, so like, what are your thoughts about the first one from your recollection?
I mean, the first one to me was a good opener. It really made you go, oh man, there's a lot going on already, and it really gives you the feel of what the game is trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
You got horror, you got survival, you got combat, you've got strategy, you got puzzles. It's a nice mix of almost everything.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Okay. I have to ask, who's your favorite boss?
Favorite boss?
We can have two, because I couldn't decide on who I liked more. Actually, I
it
said
depends.
three, so top three.
William Birkin, I thought was a fun fight.
Yep, I saw that.
Nemesis is always going to be in my top.
you like Nemi Daddy.
Dude, I love Nemesis. Overall, I think it was a great Nemesis. Okay, now we're kind of getting off topic here, but
Go for
it. Why I like Nemesis is because he's a perfect idea of a working bioweapon.
Hello, Pony.
He's welcome in. He literally is designed to kill stars, which is what the good guys are called. And he literally sticks to that.
I mean, yeah.
Every game he's in, he's going south and like off the grid, nothing. He's in it. He goes after him. Anything in his way, terminates. It's just straight to the point. And I think that's their like most successful weapon. So I like the character because it shows what they are capable of doing and that they can make something successful. And it is so legendary that it doesn't matter where you step into the games, almost everyone knows who Nemesis is.
Right. Okay, let's you said so Nemesis and Birkin, and what's your final boss that you
Probably
like?
Wesker.
Wesker? Okay.
Gotta love Wesker, man.
Yeah, Wesker's pretty good.
Well, I have to correct Pony on this. It's not big pile of poop juice, it's tall glass of poop juice.
Okay, so my picks for my favorite bosses that I know of, I might get a little bit of flack for this because of the reason, but Lady Demestra, or Lady D, right?
Vampire mommy.
But it's not where everyone thinks. It's not that I'm into Dommy mommies or whatever you want to call them.
Damn, I am.
I mean, AO. I've always loved vampires, right? I've always loved them. So I love the dynamic between her and her daughters, right? When they're hunting, and like the
Ethan?
little,
yeah,
like the back and forth between each one of them. I love the different styles of like, you know, you have Lady D being like the classic era, right? And then you have her daughters who are different versions of like they're all cruel in their own way, but like she's like the classic like horror lady, right? And
right.
so like, and then you have the goth trio kind of thing, and then but they're all pardon the pun, they're all bloodthirsty, right? So like I do like that, and I like the dynamic between the mom and the daughters, right? Like they try to like overstep, and she's like, no, you're gonna do what I'm gonna tell you because I'm your mother.
Right, it gives you that gives you that family feel.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and then when, like, spoilers, you know, when one of them, you know, goes
dies.
the way of the dodo or dies. Sorry, I hit my mic. You see her lose it. Like, she literally goes like she feels like that was her real daughter, right? And she goes ape shit, right? And so you have that family dynamic, which I love. Right beside her, other than the trios, I like Mother Miranda, and I like the Bakers. Bakers are fucked up.
Dude,
But,
the Bakers were an interesting. Yeah, I mean,
welcome to the
Yeah.
family, boy.
yeah, knocks him out. Welcome to the family, son.
Yep. Yep. And I just like, again, like with the Bakers, you have the whole family dynamic, right? On how
Even though it was twisted, but
it's twisted as fuck, right? But you have that whole family dynamic and how they're like reacting to this, spoiler again, mold that is infected them, right? And but even if they're going out of their mind, take care, pony. Even when they're going out of their mind, they're still like a fucked up family, right?
right.
And you feel that you are in that relationship. You see the consequences of what's going on. Even though like in like I think one of the first scenes you see them in, you know, Jack fucking rips off Ethan's or not Ethan's
I was gonna say Ethan is a
no
village.
the well it's Ethan Winters, right? But
No,
the-
Ethan is in 7.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm talking about the son's hand. Like, he cuts it or something.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
remember.
yeah.
I don't remember the.
What's
the,
his name? Jack?
Something like that. No, I think Jack was the dad, but I again could be completely wrong. But it was the son. The like they're all sitting down at the table, and the scrawny dude is on the side, and the father just grabs a knife and stabs it right through his hand and shit. And like, I was like, holy fuck.
Oh, Lucas. It's Lucas.
Thank you. I couldn't remember his name for the life of me. But yeah, like I was like, holy shit. So like even though you have that level of fucked upness in that family, right? Like he still treated Mia. He still treated you know, the grandmother. He still treated the his son, quote unquote son, like family, right? So it was just really like a really crazy dichotomy there for me. So
I have to give credit to Village since we kind of went into that a little bit.
go ahead.
I loved their showcase of the human indomitable spirit of a father wanting to get his child back.
Very much yes.
This
Very
man
much,
has like no training, none of that, and he just like he does everything in his power
Yep.
with what he learns on the way to fight literally like god level beings to get his child back.
Yep.
And I like how they showcase that. Like he never gave up. Like it was just he pushed through, he fought to the end, and it was just I thought that was beautiful.
No, I agree, and it kind of like kind of a selfish plug. It's kind of like in my book. It asks the question, what are you as a parent willing to do for your kid, right? Are you willing to go up against insurmountable odds for your kids, right? And a lot of parents would say, yeah, right? And just like Ethan, you're willing to like, or he's willing to just not another word said. He's willing to go throw in with all these crazy ass, like insurmountable odds, and
Yeah, and
for
it's
his
a good
girl,
game
for his daughter.
yeah, and it's good for like fathers in general when they play it. You know, it makes you think like, what would you do for your child? Like,
Agreed.
what would you go through? You know, like I got two beautiful girls myself, and like to sit there and watch that, it makes you sit there and think, holy cow, like what somebody would go through to save their child is just astounding.
Yeah, well, it makes you identify with them because, like you said, you're a father yourself, right? Yes. Okay. So, since we did our favorite bosses, who was your favorite hero out of the entire franchise?
Chris Redfield.
Oh, you didn't take long to answer that, did you?
Daddy Chris, man, I'm sorry.
Oh, old boulder puncher.
Got to. The boulder puncher, yep.
Yep.
I don't know why I love in the games his fighting style. I love his mannerisms, just how he's to the code. And he does not care what it takes. He will muscle his way through it.
Sometimes not literally, or no, literally and
Literally, yeah.
Yes. So, I picked Leon and Chris, of course.
I do like Ethan though too.
Ethan also is a good runner up for me as well.
Yeah, as a character added to like the franchise kind of thing.
Yeah.
I thought Ethan was an amazing character. Like, I think I would put Ethan above Leon in my ranking.
I would agree, and I also identify with Ethan as well because I am a stepfather, and I would go to a lot of lengths to protect my daughter. And so I identified with Ethan very much so. And when I was actually, again, like I said, I haven't played Village, but I saw the walkthrough. I very much felt like if I was Ethan, I'd be like, all right, fuck it, let's go. Yeah, all right, yeah, okay, let's go.
Yeah, because if you think about it, that child was all he had left.
Yep.
Because you find out his wife wasn't even alive, like when she got shot up and everything. She was mold.
Yeah. Spoilers.
So, dude, the game's been out long enough. If people at this point haven't played it, that's on them. But, so that daughter was like all he felt like he had left.
Yeah.
And I got to give it to Chris, though, too, because Ethan tells Chris to take care of her.
Yeah. Yeah, at the end.
And Chris does raise her as his own.
Yep.
Which I get a lot of flack for being a huge Chris Redfield fan because of Village, because everyone's like, oh, Chris let Ethan die. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of how those games work. And But he also did keep his promise, though, to Ethan. He came to get Ethan.
Yeah.
And Ethan told him to take care of Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Chris did that. He raised her. And then Rose reconnects with Ethan through spiritual.
Well, it was like, again, I kind of have to defend you on this as well, because Ethan, it was the self-sacrifice play, right? And he wanted to. He made sure, like, listen, just make sure my girl's okay. I'm going to make sure that Mother Miranda doesn't come after her again, right? So, like, if, for example, let's say we had control over the ending and we wanted Ethan to live, Mother Miranda would still come after her, right?
Well, not only that, but Ethan was already in the process of dying anyways. His body was literally disintegrating when he did it.
Yeah. And
so even if Mother Miranda died from Chris Redfield in the BSAA, Ethan would have still died, and it would have still been the same situation.
Yep. And she'd be alone.
Right. So I thought it was a good ending. It gave Ethan that redemption progression of being the power dad, sacrificing his already dying life to ensure his daughter would be safe from this terrible woman, and had Chris take care of her because he seen Chris as the most capable.
Yeah, and plus, think, no, in 7, Mia escapes with everyone. I was getting my games mixed up for a second, but Ethan ends up coming back in her mind anyway, right? Like, so since we're not caring about fucking spoilers, remind me to put the spoiler tag in in this episode. But yeah, he ends up coming back in her subconscious when she goes into the next one. Yeah,
because he tackles an enemy and everything, and like he gives her hints on who he is.
Yep.
As her guardian angel, as he called himself during it, and she finds out it's her dad.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it was a really great tie-in.
Very much so, yes.
I mean, and I like Leon, don't get me wrong. I do like Leon. But Ethan and Chris are higher on there for me.
Oh, are we saying we might have to do a Resident Evil tie-in rating system at some point?
a tier list.
A tier list. Yep. Maybe one day we will, guys. You never know. If you guys want to see that, if you guys want to see that, put it in the comments.
Nemesis is S tier. Sorry.
Golden Buzzer, A tier. I'm kidding, guys.
Fine, Golden Buzzer back to S. Screw you.
Damn it. No, but yeah, if you guys want to see us do a Resident Evil tier list, or any tier list actually, put it in the comments. We do read the comments, and yeah. Okay, so Raccoon, my next question is, what was your favorite location?
I would have to say Raccoon City Police Department.
It's because you were there all the time.
Well, I mean, yeah, somebody had to help Leon because he wasn't too smart, but you know, I didn't get my credit, you know.
You're just saying it because you own the city. God.
Well, I mean that may be true, but you know, no, I liked the Raccoon Police Department because you see it when Leon is going for like his first day as a cop.
Yep.
And of course, everything's already happened. So the location to me holds a great significance to Leon's story, and it shows you when he becomes a hardened zombie killing like protagonist. And he develops so much as a character just through that building alone. And then that's where we meet Claire Redfield as well.
Yep.
Claire and Leon, you know, talk and stuff, and so there's like nice dialogue there.
I would say I couldn't just narrow it down to one. I've like my fond memories of a location was the mansion, right?
Oh, the mansion, yep.
Because I saw
that's in the first game.
Yeah. And because the camera angles are just absolutely horrible, but that added to part of the horror because you couldn't see around the fucking corner.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So and you know, that was another thing that carried on throughout most of the games, right? Because I remember watching my cousin play RE2 and getting to the corridors of you know the police department, and you know, having to go around corners like that, right? And so I would say my third favorite is probably the RPD, but my second one I would say is the Baker House, because it had so much
I'd have to say that
feel.
too for my second.
It had so much feel, right? Like ambiance, like you felt like you were in a house that was not only a backdrop, but it felt alive, right? If you know what I mean. Like, it felt claustrophobic at times.
See, for me, the Baker House, why it was so significant for me, was because you constantly felt like you were in danger. Like, it didn't matter where you were at; it was always a constant feel of danger.
Yep. No,
And
I agree.
And like every scene, like no matter if you went to the kitchen, the basement, whatever, it was, you were always reminded this is a horror game. Like, it didn't matter where you went, there felt like no safe space.
Yeah, agreed. Well, like you also were all on the run most of the time from Jack, like, and you felt like you felt like he would come through the wall, right? At any given point. So you felt like, and at one point he does.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so like you couldn't be safe anywhere. And that honestly felt crazy to me. So okay, another question I had was, did you watch any of the Netflix shows?
No, I watched a few clips, and this was one show I saw some reviews on, and I trusted it 100% with my gut, because Resident Evil I'm very picky with. And 90% of people that watched that show said this did not even feel like Resident Evil.
Just
felt
good.
They said it felt like a show that they just slapped Resident Evil on just to gain it traction.
Yeah, I can understand shows like that. Just so everyone knows what we're talking about, Netflix did 3 shows. There is Infinite Darkness, Damnation, and Vendetta. So I personally also did not watch any of the shows. I watched a couple of the movies. If you want to chime in about the movies as well.
Yeah, I'll let you say your point, and then I'll mention something about the movies as well.
I felt like the movies, to me personally, and this may be again this is my own opinion. I will take as much heat as I need to about this. I didn't feel like the movies really were like, they had a Resident Evil feel, but it was not a true one for one. It wasn't a true feeling of Resident Evil to me. They got some points of notoriety, like with the look of Wesker, and certain places, like certain people like that. But like, you could have named it anything else, and to me it felt like it was just the action romp that they, kind of like what they said on the Netflix show, an action romp that they just put the Resident Evil tag on, to me.
Right.
Again, that's my opinion. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. I still love y'all. But what were your points?
So the movies for me were kind of a iffy thing too, right? Like, your main character, Alice.
Yep.
I never understood Why? You have so many like big name characters that you could have like literally made the whole movie about,
Mhm.
and instead they made a character. And that I don't know why, but that bugged me.
I
Well,
can tell
also
you. I
doesn't
can
help
tell.
that
Go ahead.
also doesn't help that the director is her husband.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, I can tell you the reason
But-
why they made a character so Mila could play her.
Now, did I hate the movies? No, I absolutely loved all the movies. Loved them.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some movies where it was like right on the head. Like, yeah, I felt like I was watching Resident Evil, and then there were some where it just didn't hit the mark. Now I get so much hate for this, but I don't give a care. One of the newest Resident Evil movies, Return to Raccoon City or whatever.
I've not seen it, so I can't talk about it.
Absolutely freaking hate it. I wish I never would have bought the damn thing. I wish I could just throw that back so people can get my money back. It was the worst freaking movie I have ever watched in my life.
Whoa!
Ever.
Strong claims.
Dude, right off the bat. I didn't know till later, but it was Leon. You know, they did the whole police department thing, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, why is Carlos here? No, that's Leon. Not blonde. He's got black hair. I'm not trying to sound racist, but he looked just like Carlos. Same ethnicity and everything. They made Jill Valentine black. I was like,
Really?
huh? Yes. I was like, dude,
I gotta look this up. Go ahead.
Dude, this whole movie was just garbage. The only two characters, or well, three characters that I can say for certain that I was happy with how they portrayed them was Chris Redfield, Wesker, and William Birkin. That's it. Every other character in that movie, I just ugh. That movie is sitting in my bedroom somewhere. I don't even care to know where.
You know, guys, I could see Raccoon just like taking it. It's like he talks a big game, but like he might just love it. You know what I mean?
I don't, dude. I don't. Like, if I could, I would smack that director and go, "What were you thinking, dude?"
Say it with your full chest. You know what I mean?
I will. You have so much source material, comics, movies, video games, animated movies. Why the hell did you screw this up so bad?
Oh, poor Raccoon.
He has to have a smooth brain, I'm telling you.
Oh, whoa. Raccoon, relax. Calm down.
I can't. That movie makes me so mad.
All right. We're pivoting. Calm down. Take a drink.
Pivot.
Okay, well, I guess that says that about the movies, I guess.
But on another note, though, for movies, to change it off that movie,
mm-hmm.
they are releasing a new Resident Evil movie.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, this one, though, I like how they're approaching it. They're taking a character that nobody knows of,
mm-hmm.
and like he's a civilian, like just a normal civilian, and we're basically following the viewpoint of what a normal person would act like if they got thrown into Resident Evil.
That'd be interesting.
The trailer was good. I liked the trailer. The casting looks solid. I was like, this might be a movie I actually like.
Interesting. Yeah. I'll definitely maybe take a look at the movie.
Yeah, I think the director's exact words was the point of this movie is to make you feel like you are in the Resident Evil movie. Like, they made this character portray what one of us would be like if we ended up in that scenario. Like how we would react, pretty much. Because, like, you know, a lot of people can talk a big game when it comes to zombies. Like, oh, yeah, I'd just do this, and I'd be fine. But in reality, you know, you're talking about living, mutating bioweapons that are unpredictable.
For me, it would really depend on the type of zombie. But I understand what you mean.
Resident Evil zombies is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
now, if we're talking like Walking Dead zombies, I mean, that's a whole different
Yeah. Or 20
can of
days
worms,
later zombies and
or
shit like that.
World War Z.
Yeah. Yeah. God,
Dude, we should do a tier list on zombie movies.
I mean, we could, dude. It when we get closer to October, we'll maybe do a horror movie show or a movie episode. We'll do a whole bunch of zombie movies, and yeah, because I could talk about zombie movies.
Oh yeah, me too, dude. I love zombie movies.
Yeah. So like, okay, my next question is character models, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things I did love about the RE series, and I did look this up, is the way they evolved, right? The way that they changed over time. For example, like with specifically William Birkin, when he's mutating, part of his mouth is like lower, and in the next time you see him, his mouth is roughly in the same spot or lower, like it had a kind of storytelling aspect of his body evolving, right? Which I thought was amazing. That was one of the things I actually found out, that they did that, and I was like, that's really freaking cool. Like, as I'm a gamer, so like I honestly wouldn't have even thought about that until someone brought that to my attention. So,
Right.
what are your thoughts?
I liked, I mean, this is obviously a different viewpoint of the evolution stuff, but I liked how throughout the games we got to watch the characters age.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like
Well,
they didn't,
yeah.
and they didn't make them stay looking like young. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, for example, Resident Evil 9. We get to see a much older Leon, and like you can tell through his movements and everything, he's a lot slower. Like he's getting to that age.
Mm-hmm.
Or like Chris in Resident Evil Village. We're talking about a guy with a big beard. He's more stocky, different style. He's in a different position of this team. Like he's not up head first, ready to. Like that shows you in like Jill, even like in Resident Evil 3. She looks older. Same thing. She's moving a lot differently than she would in like her prime, and I like how they showed that.
Yeah. Well, that kind of goes into like continuity of the models. So I guess that we can say that in that's what this question would be around, kind of thing. So okay, so my next question is, in your opinion, what is the most tragic character in the entire franchise?
I don't know anybody that could top this, but I actually have this one pulled up.
Oh, okay. Hit me.
I would have to say it is Lisa Trevor.
You might have to not give me some knowledge about that.
So Lisa Trevor was kidnapped as a 14-year-old girl in the 1960s. And she was brutally experimented on by Umbrella for nearly 30 years.
Oof.
She mutated into a grotesque monster while enduring constant and agonizing viral injections. And then she spent decades wearing the severed faces of her murdered test subject victims, searching hopelessly for a mother who had already been dead for years.
I mean, yeah, that's a bit fucked up.
And to go back to that movie that I hate so much, she was in it. She was in it. And I knew instantly who it was, because like their design of her was so well, like you could pinpoint it.
Nice.
But to me, I don't think there's any character that could top that poor kid. Like,
so
nothing.
My pick for, again, from my very limited knowledge of the series, I picked Evelyn, for my most tragic backstory or tragic character, right? Because like she was a little girl when she got experimented on, right? She didn't even get to 14, right? And so when she ended up getting like adapted into the mold and ended up controlling the mold and all this, and this is in not Village 7. She's the one that ended up like, and she just wanted a mom, right? So like that really kind of got me, and so that was my pick of most tragic character for me anyway. So yeah, I think both of ours is a pretty good pick for tragic characters, and the RE series is pretty fraught with characters that are really fucked up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like but that's also another thing that I like about Resident Evil is like they're not scared to go to the extremes to make you like, because like most things are scared to like really touch on like, okay, so like in these scenarios, like what happens to children that
Right.
go missing or whatever. Resident Evil's like, well, this is exactly what happens.
Right.
I sent you a picture of what Lisa looks like.
On Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, from the movie you mean?
No, from the games.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so in so my next question is, what was the best survival moment in your mind?
So I don't know if like this would really, I don't know if this would really count as it, but it was the first thing that popped in my head when I read that question.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the animated movie Dead Island, Resident Evil Dead Island.
Okay.
And it shows Chris Redfield and Leon in a hallway full of zombies.
Hmm.
And they both split off, and you get to see both their fighting styles. Like Leon's very agile, quick shooting, like John Wick,
Right.
using martial arts. And then you see Chris, he's like slamming his gun into him. He's like suplexing them. He's using them as like meat shields to push them. But like that was the first thing that popped in my head when I read that question, because like it shows you like what they do to survive given their circumstances of being outnumbered and everything. It's just crazy seeing how different those two are, but they have like the same mindset almost.
Yeah. Well, doing anything to survive, pretty much.
Yeah. So like, seeing that, it was like, whoa.
My like in the series, one again, what really kind of fucked with my head / my best survival moment, right, was in the police station when you first see a liquor.
Yeah.
And like I was like, dude, when I honestly don't remember how old I was when my cousin played that. I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, and I actually swore, and I wasn't supposed to swear. Right? Like when you saw it crawling across the window, I was like, what the hell was that? Right? And then when you finally see it, I was like, holy shit. Right? So that's when like that survival instinct kind of kicked in. I was like, okay, shit got real. Right, so that,
I mean, if we're going with,
go ahead.
If we're going with moments that like fucked us up,
yeah,
mine's from the movies.
Okay, which one?
It's when they're looking for that. It's when they're looking for that little girl in the school, and that one lady has her. It's when they're looking for this little girl in this like abandoned school, and this one lady breaks off from the group with like a little camera or whatever, and she finds this little girl hunched over, and she's like, "Hey." and that girl turns and she's a freaking zombie.
Eh.
And like all these little kid zombies come out of nowhere and just like dogpiling her, and you just see the reflection off the camera.
Oh shit!
I'm like,
I've never
dude.
seen that one.
Oh, hell nah, dude. Zombie apocalypse? Nah. No. Zombie kids? Nope.
Yo,
Hell no. I would have went, nah. If she
honestly,
ain't answering me from across the room, nah. She's
Right?
staying.
right? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. That kind of reminds me of a scene from one of my favorite zombie movies. But we'll get into that when we talk about zombies, in a later episode. But yeah, I get that. I yeah. Mm-mm. Fuck zombie kids, man.
Dude,
that would. Mm-mm.
my two biggest things with horror games in general that I cannot stand. Zombie kids and shit crawling at me like super fast. It's like, oh hell no.
Oh, like the ring girl kind of shit.
Like, yeah, like that, or like those zombies are like they're missing their back legs and they're like fast crawling. It's like, oh hell no.
Yeah. Oh man, that that shit freaks me the fuck out too. Any other questions you want to throw out?
I really can't think of any, to be honest with you.
No
Like
worries.
we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we did. Let me ask you this, okay? Since you did see most of the movies, I'm assuming, right?
I've seen all the movies.
Okay.
Every single one of them.
Did you feel like it was a faithful adaptation? Or did you think it just could have been something else?
Like I said, there were some movies where I was like, okay, yeah, I can tell I'm watching Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then there were some where it was like, I felt like I was watching them fight more so mutants, not zombies. So I kind of felt like it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I think overall the series with Alice in it,
Right.
I think overall was good. Like, I think the majority of them were like, oh yeah, okay. I can tell what I'm doing here.
Okay.
But I'd probably give it a 80 out of 100.
Okay. I mean, that's better than some movies I've seen. But anyway, guys, I think we'll wrap it up there. Raccoon, as always, I'd like to thank you for joining me.
Well, yeah, I'm half of this.
I mean, you could just say, dude, I can't make it, figure something out, but
I do that enough.
no, well, listen, life happens. Sometimes you need to do shit and you're fine. It's all good. But please, Raccoon, give yourself a little promo and I shall do the same after you.
So I am just a raccoon. It's the same on YouTube and Twitch. I like to do a lot of variety of some stuff on Twitch, and YouTube I do a lot of edit type shorts and stuff. Yeah, I do a lot of Marvel stuff mainly, but sometimes we do play some games that have a little bit of a horror aspect and some first-person shooters.
That is Jester_Raccoon on Twitch. And for myself, I am Call Arthur. You can find me on Twitch under the same name, KHAL Arthur, or you can find my YouTube under the same name. I was very lucky with that. And of course, you could also find this podcast that we do every other week. Just so everyone knows, especially after watching this podcast, we will be doing another one on the 30th of May if everything goes well, to get caught up for doing one every other week. So, guys, from me, please take care of yourselves. mental health is a huge issue. Please take care of that, and hopefully you guys have a great day no matter where you guys are. Anything else you'd like to add, Raccoon?
Oh yeah, so like over on my channel, when I go to end a stream, I usually like to say, love one another, be kind, laugh always, and to remember that the rainy days are helpful for your development as a person, because if it was always sunny, a flower would never bloom to its full potential. So it's always nice to have a rainy day once in a while to help boost your character development. And it doesn't last forever.
That is entirely true. So, but guys, from us, take care and see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.